Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the final class. Well, not the final class, to be honest, but just the recap for today. So, just so you know, guys, between today and tomorrow, we're going to be doing just the recap so we can prepare for the advanced part or the advanced development of this course, right? The next chapter will be in-depth support and resistances, and we're going to be going over tips and tricks, right? So they're going to be shorter episodes, but packed with information. So before we jump into the advanced and complex side of stuff, which is, again, not complex, we need to get settled down with what we know, all right? And I think yesterday and today's result was an amazing learning experience. Let's go there and let's take a look at that, but not before saying hi to you guys, because you guys are amazing. Let's take a look at that. So we have first in the chat, username, what is up, brother? Welcome. Really like to see you here. J Violet, second one right behind, username, not taking that much. So almost there on the first place. That was tight. That was a tight chat there. OC, my club wingman. Absolutely, brother. I'll be your club wingman, man. So we just need to get to a party together. Who else we got here? Of course, we have the one and only Alexander G. The Queen Mode, holy balls, welcome Alexander G. Really glad to see you here. By the way, we were discussing maybe we can do that, a little bit of a pressure there, you know, like, hey Piper, I think we need a J Violet emoji, something like that. J Violet, give us some hints and maybe we can just bring it up casually, right, tomorrow in the market report. So I have a couple of classes tomorrow with Piper. I might be just, you know, like inception that idea. Let's make that a reality, by the way. Harp, what's up, my friend? I finally got to be able to, you know, do that orange juice and coffee. Hopefully you have tried it out. If not, maybe we'll call that once this show, we'll call it like orange juice and coffee or something like that. So shout out to Harp and Buck. What is up, brother? My most favorite Marine, or ex-Marine, should I say. Nonetheless, love to have you here, my friend. Great to have you around. Always with great DJ suggestions on what to look for. I love it, bro. So let's get started today. Let's take a look at what it happened yesterday and also what was the result, right? Quick spoiler alert. They not played out exactly as we were expecting, but you'll see how tight we were. Let's go there. J Violet, what's up? So I see Jess Harp, Alexander. Oh, you guys are just, I want to Mario Kart versus OC. Man, which Mario Kart? Please tell me N64 Mario Kart. I am the best on that one. But the mobile one, I just suck, to be honest. I'm pretty bad at that one. Hey, Jesse, what's up, my brother? Welcome. Great to have you here. Also, great class that we have. What was it, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, right? On the Piper Academy. So great to have you around, my friend. Welcome. All right, so this is where we left out, all right? So we were talking about our managing our risk through our stop loss, all right? Let's just control C because I wanted to have just right? As you can see, and I want you guys to notice, I don't know if you're able to, I don't think you can see it, but there's a little X in here, it says buy and sell, and right below, or Piper Academy right here, it says play it and forward, right? I am on replay mode, all right? So this is where we left out. We're talking about, you know what? We have a breakout. We could be forming this uprising triangle. And if we do, we will be able to maybe jump in. If not, maybe we can just divide our entries to the next support, catch the retest, get out at profits, and off we go with a reversal trade, right? So ahead switching our trade from long to short, all right? So that was the plan, especially since we were losing the oscillator, all right? So the only thing that I was talking about here or expecting was a little flip of the ribbon to the upside to then maybe get rejection and continuing downwards, right? So remember that we were looking a way to counteract a very bad position or a position where we are not secure or we don't have the confidence to jump in there, but we have the possibility, right, to jump into that trade, and we don't want to miss that possibility, neither want to jump in with that much of a risk, all right? So the first thing that we need to understand is that we're not risking more than one single position. Remember, for me, one position, which is not here, oh man, one position, right, equals to 3% of my full wallet. All right, that means that since I divided here half and half, I'm jumping in with half of one position, which is half of a 3%, which means 1.5% right here, right? Let's follow along, right, and see, because my next entry, remember where was it? Right here at this line, basically averaging down all the way down there. So let's go and let's replay one by one. There we go. So start going upwards. Perfect. At this point, guys, we are in what? One full candle in green, body and wick. What should we have done, right? We move our stop to entry, all right? Well, let's just say that we just were absent. We slipped through the whole classes, right? And just last class was the only one that we were looking at, right? So we'll see what happens in here. At this point, I should be moving my stop to entry, or at least, well, then just leaving it as is, or retracing my my TP. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's see what happened here. All right, reversing. All right, what else here? Reversing enough to be out of that trade at that point. All right, then what's happening? Bouncing back up. All right, maybe you stood, you're feeling the FOMO here, or you're feeling, you know, the food, and it's like, hey, what it's going on in here, because this thing is not moving. It's just up and down, up and down. It's playing with the feelings. Of course it is, right? Now we are, oh, look at that candle. Oh, look at that candle. All right, going all the way downwards here. Very quick. All right, bouncing back up. Let's go a bit faster. Going upwards in here. All right, guys, we have the breakout retest. But it's not about your breakout, it's about retest. This is where we are supposed to do a head switch. All right, this is what we learned, that we take, right, we honor our loss, and we say, you know what, this seems like I am done with this, right? Why? I have, what do I have in here? I am below my zero line. All right, well, maybe, all right, you know what, OC also told me we have a reversal, we are flipping up, we are right here on the green candle. Maybe I can push it, right? Maybe I can push it. All right, perfect, fair enough, fair enough. Let's go. What do we have in here? Next candle. Look at that, beautiful. Now you're pumping, right? Now it feels like, hey man, I'm gonna make it. I know I'm gonna make it, right? Let's go and look at that. What are we hitting right now? We're hitting the zero line, guys. All right, we're hitting the zero line. Let's take a look at the rest of our indicators in here. It seems like I can still have a little bit of way to run up, right? Right there. Just quick what is it? Look up here, heads up. We are on normal candles, right? So if we are normal candles, we are not looking for tiny candles. Let's go and change it to a Heikin-Ashi. What is my Heikin-Ashi candles telling me? Hey, I can still run for maybe one or two candles, maybe get to the edge, right? And then start looking for a reversal, just like it happened here, just like it happened there, all right? So I'm close to a possible reversal here. I am almost at the reversal there, but I'm on compression, right? I am pushing upwards. I'm still bullish. And right now, it is telling me I'm about to break the range. Which range? The last ranging zone, right? So guys, this is an imminent movement, all right? Imminent. This is not telling you bullish or bearish, right? This is just telling you, hey, buddy, we're about to break that range. Strap on, because we're going to be moving, all right? Let's go and clean this up, all right? Let's go for the next one. Oh, we're bouncing. It doesn't go, it doesn't want to go through, right? Oh, it's kind of like a fighting. Look at the candle size in here. This candle size, it's not like the rest, right? It's barely bigger than the other ones, and it's not prolonging ahead into the other one. In this case, we're not pushing through with decision, right? You see what I'm talking about there? Let's even talk about our other oscillator here. We are bearish here. We don't have strength on the loss of the bearishness, so we either range or drop, right? Guys, I need a minute, please. Something that happened right here. Just 1 second. Be right back. But sorry for that. A buddy of mine just came to the house to say hi. I told him, you know what? We're teaching. So he's going to just stick around for a little bit. So if you somebody crossing over my back, it's not a ghost. Not this time. But we'll take a look at what's happening now. All right. So let's move on. So what's happening here? We're pushing. We have the odds. Like we're rushing right now. Our pulse is pumping up. Our heart is also pumping up. What should we be doing here, guys? This is make or break. All right. So let's go for the worst case scenario. That's what we were expecting or looking for to test or stress test this strategy, right? The worst case scenario. So at this point, you should be, you know what? Let's either just move our stop higher, right? And then let's remove this half of an entry or even close your trade and wait for a bounce or a confirmation, all right? Remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. We have what? Look at this. We have a head and shoulders pattern here. Look at that. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and we are breaking the neckline. It's not about your breakout, it's about your retest. What should you be doing? You are below the zero line. You should be looking for a short at this point, right? I get it. I get it. 15 minutes above the dynamic reactor. Pretty bullish. We're not favoring shorts, right? Great. Let's not favor them. That's fine. Don't worry. So let's see what happened here. Oh, one more. It seems like, oh, maybe OC was wrong, right? Well, we already know how this played out. So I'm just making it a little bit of an emotional trading here. All right. So what happens now? We're losing the trend line that we have in here. All right. Losing the trend line. We have a reversal, right? We're bouncing from. We have a flip of the ribbon. Right, yeah, in here we do have a little bit of a green, not actually big green in here, but how is our ADX looking? Going downwards, not too good. Let's take a look at our RSI. Oh, what should we be doing there, guys? Is this your last call or what? Entering for your short, closing your long, head switching, whatever you like. That's it. Let's just say that we went sleeping here, right? Remember, we are stress testing our strategy for risk management. All right. Remember that the first risk management you should be doing is looking at your charts. Right. Were you wrong? Yes. In this case, just like a gentleman, just like a lady, we honor with it. Right. Yes, I was wrong. That's fine. Everybody can be wrong. Take our money and switch it, or take our money, fall back down, replan, re-attack, re-engage, right? That's what we should have been doing. That is risk management number one. Risk management number two, at least use a stop loss, right? And then risk management number three, use your stop loss as a tool, right? This is what we're doing right now, all right? Let's go and take a look at what else is happening here, candle by candle, all right? Confirmation, seems like we are not deciding, all right? Oh, that's it. That's it. Look at that. Now we did flip. You see that? The signals were there. Are we still bullish? Of course, because we are above the dynamic reactor. What is our entry at this point? The big support. What is our big support? Dynamic reactor or SMA combo, right? That's what we should be looking at this point. For the short taking profit, or for what? For our next long opening, all right? That's it. That's fine. That's fine. We're stress testing this, all right? So let's move into the next one here. All right, going upwards. It's not about the breakout, it's about your retest. That's your retest. You see that? That's your retest. Second chance for a possible entry for short. Second chance to close your negative trade into less of a loss. All right, right there. What's next? We have a bullish divergence. The seed tells me that I should be going up. Could be going up. Could be going up. And I don't see a swing failure pattern here. I do see a higher low within candles, but this is not structure, right? Guys, this is where most of the people get it wrong. Oh, higher low. No, no, no. This is part of the same movement. This is multiple candle higher low, right? That is a higher low, multiple candle. This is a what? Indecision candle, another one candle, another one decision candle, right? and one up and another one down. This is basically canceling each other, right? So let's see what else. Let's go. Not much. Not much. Now we do have some pattern here. We're ranging on non-breakout on that itty bitty range. In this case, you could be going to the 15 minutes, all right? Third and last chance. Are you taking it? Are you running out? What are you doing there? Oh. And rejection. Guys, we already know this, and we're missing something on purpose at this point, right? We're missing something on purpose. And this is to show you that in the heat of the moment, everything that we learned, it could be set aside because you're so focused on candle by candle, right? That's why I don't like chunky candles, man. Well, chunky candles, I love Frankie Candles, of course. I love him. Much respect, bro. Come over, say hi, right? Come over and say Chunky OC, right? So, guys, if you like Frankie Candles, tell him that there's a random guy that is pulling him around. Of course, don't get him mad. You just want him to pass by here, right? All right. So we just want cross traffic here. That's what we're trying to do. All right. So what happens with chunky candles here? We get too involved into the chunkiness of the candle, right? That we're missing a crucial thing. Let me just pause this for a second. When we're looking at something like this, because this is exactly what's happening up there, all right? What are we looking for? Trend line, all right? Or trend line, or, of course, that we already know this, right? Trend line, all right? Whatever trend line, but we're looking for a trend line. When we cannot fit the thing within a trend line, what happens here? We know we're parabolic. Remember, a trend line usually it is whatever movement that is growing both X and Y equally or slightly equally. A parabolic movement, right, creates a curve of growth or a curve of descent. Curve of descent that multiplies either X or Y with an extra factor. So one is directional and the other one is not. That's why it creates a curve of speed, all right? So right here, we know when we're losing this, hey, we're going parabolic, right? We know we're going parabolic, all right? So where is the real deal? Breakout retest, right? Breakout, higher low, breakout, maybe the retest, and off we go, right? Or at least just your breakout. Got it? All right. So what do you think, guys? I already have give you the answer. Let me know in the side chat. What are we missing here? And guys, look at how messy this is getting, all right? How messy this is. Let me see if I can just hide it for a little second here. I don't know. Well, whatever. Let's just roll with this. We're missing, of course, a trend line. We have a high, right? We have some vertices. We have another vertices in here. What can we do? Trend line. High, lower high, lower high, low, lower low. You see that? We are in a very strong downtrend inside a bigger trend, right? So we are in a natural retracement from a bullish movement, all right? At least at the 15 minutes. You got it? So in the heat of the moment, looking at oscillator, looking at momentum, looking at up and down position, open, close, whatever, we start forgetting important things. We start forgetting the basics. Remember that's why we get started with naked charts. Remember that our first serious combination of things was naked charts. So trading with OC naked charts. All right. If you have missed that, go check it out. I appear with heart-shaped glasses. So why do we do that? Not the naked chart things. That's just to call attention. But what do we don't use indicators at the first time? because we need to learn the basics. And we nailed a couple of trades, very fantastic trades with no indicators, just manual trading, right? So when you start adding indicators, sometimes if you're not used to using them, right? If you don't already know structure, they get in the way and sometimes they cloud your vision, right? Yes, we have learned patterns, basis of support, basis of resistance, basis of channel, channel trading, right? What is it? Volume, momentum, oscillators, RSI. Man, we have covered a lot in just 6 chapters, right? We've been just bang, 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 bang on over it, right? So, hey, Pop Prof, what's up? Chat, hey, OZ, what's up, buddy? Buddy, hello, what's up? How is everyone? Let me see, am I missing somebody else in the class? I just was too concentrated here. Did OC just talk shit? Like what, man? I don't know. Am I? I don't know. Not intending to, but possibly, maybe. I don't know. All right. So the point is, maybe I think I know what's going on. Like, oh, okay, indicators getting in the way. Right? That's because sometimes you don't get used to using indicators. You need first to understand your structure, right? Then trend lines, support and resistance, and then you add your indicators. Now that you have clear how the market works, indicators are going to be supercharging your charts, right? They're going to be like a fantastic, a phenomenal tool if they don't get in the way. Does that make sense? All right, let's move on in here. Laser Go Pew Pew, what's up, buddy? Welcome. One setup is trend breakup. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. That's our first trade setup, right? Go check out Trading with OC Naked charts. You're gonna like it, bro. No, only charts. It's only charts content. By the way, all right. Which oscillator? We're talking right now. We have Prime Oscillator. This is my favorite. But I have also showed you how to use the Prime RSI, which is RSI Prime, which is a free indicator, and also show you how to use one of my favorites, linear regression, and also show you how I use my the one that I started with trading, right? Which is a combination from the squeeze momentum indicator and the ADX. All right, this is a little bit on the complex side because it's not that intuitive, right? So, but you just pick your poison, check out how they work together, right? And whatever makes sense for you, pick it, right? That's what I did. I don't know why. I always say the simplest, the best, right? But I tend to overcomplicate myself. So pick your poison. All right. Having said that, let's take a look at what's happening here. We have a downtrend line. I know it's getting messy. Let's try to just get rid of that. So there we go. Let's clean that line. Let's clean this other line. All right. Let's clean this other line. Let's also clean this one. And finally, let's see if I can catch this one. Oh, whatever. That's clean enough. All right. So the only thing that we're right now catching at this point is that we have a trend line here, right? So once again, what is your entry? Look at that. Trend line, bounce. Trend line, bounce. Trend line. Should you be holding that long? Should you? This is your third and last call. And by the way, you won't have like this amount of calls to be closing it long, all right? Up in the future, this market's being benevolent. This market's being, hey, I know you're new, right? Hey, I know you're teaching stuff, right? I'm going to be easy on you. But do not expect this to happen. Usually market, it is, I cannot say it here, but you can imagine what kind of word I'm trying to use there, all right? So let's just get rid of this other one here. I think that's going to be much cleaner. Let's go for the next one. Remember, let's do a recap here. We are right now practicing how to use our stop loss, right? And layered entries with one single position. We're not risking more with one single position. We're grabbing that position and dividing it into entries, right? And then keeping our stop loss where it's supposed to be, all right? Why? To use it as a counteracting indicator, right? We're still using one single entry, right? Again, we're not adding multiple entries, right? So we're not going 3%, 3%, 3%. No. We're using one entry, which is equal to 3% in 2 zones, right? Perfect. All right. I'm going to shut up now and let's continue here. All right, what's happening here? Oh, all right. Seems like we're making maybe a higher low. No, we're not. And then finally, I think this is going to be the candle that seals the deal. Oh, and it's not. All right. Once again, look at that, man. I mean, how many chances you got? Right? All right. Breakout, fake out. Oh, maybe if you waited that long, maybe. But do you really want to wait for 1, 2, 3, 4 chances? Really? Man, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't. All right. So just so you know. All right. Let's keep it open. Let me just get rid of things here. All right. Perfect. Perfect. One more. That's it. I think that's clean enough so far. All right. Now we're going downwards, all right? And, oh, what happened here? What happened here? Let me change this out of the way. All right, what happened here? Our secondary entry went in right there. So what happens with our first entry? We average down all the way here, all right? Let's move to our right. There we go, because we're not pushing this lower. You see that? Now this is the example. Maybe you just went to bed and left that like that, right? So this is the example where or how we should be or why we should be placing an alert on your second TP. Wake up even in the middle of the morning, in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. Wake the edge up because you want to see what's going on with your position there, all right? Don't let it just run just because. So right now we have successfully pushed downwards. Look at that, to 3-1, our possible entry here. So if we calculated, guys, look at this. If we calculated successfully because remember our stop loss was here at the dynamic reactor at the next support, right? Where the dynamic reactor was supposed to be, right? And then we added the wiggle room based on the average candle size for that volatility. If we successfully calculated that extra wiggle room, we should be okay, because right now we should be bouncing from the dynamic reactor or our SMA combo. You see, look at our SMA combo, how it's calling the shots, right? As powerful as the dynamic reactor. Guys, you can't say that I'm not giving you the good stuff here, right? All right, so let's go for the next one. Oh, is it gonna bounce? Oh, look at that. You see how it went up? Barely, almost. Are you willing to take that out? You better take that one, bro. All right, no? All right, that's fine. Let's just see what happens up next. We're just going all in here, right? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. You just got to be kidding me. And then what happens? Of course, I knew there was something freakingly looking at the back of me, right? It was just right here, right? Just looking at, hey, where's his stop loss? All right, perfect, right? Somebody's watching this lives. And of course, and this is when I get pissed off, guys, right? You see that? Oh man, you just got to be kidding me. All right, let's imagine that. All right, we calculated one more single cent. All right, and then what do we do right there? We close our position, or at least we move our stop to entry. All right, but the truth of the matter is that we didn't. That was it. That was a to the point hunting our liquidity, guys. All right, that usually happens. You see the importance to calculate your wiggle room. All right, so that wiggle room might be the difference between making it alive or not. All right, so we also have Trading Tuition in the room. What's up, bro? And Mark Dodge, what is up, my friend? Welcome. I was talking about only charts, bro. Maybe we can do with something with sexy spaghetti. I don't know, man. You let me know. Let's see how can we maybe profit out of these shows. I've seen a couple of ideas just floating around that they just made me just laugh out loud. So just let me know, bro. Of course, kidding. I'm kidding. Let's say go people. It happens. Yes, it happens. It does happen, right? It does happen. But that's why we're trying to prevent. Of course, we're not going like, hey, right? Hey, No, no, we are using responsibly a stop loss, and we're using our dual entry based on one single entry, right? Or remember also what we learned yesterday, cross, the only for advanced traders, or only if you're testing it on maybe paper trading, all right? So just so you know, a cross on a small enough leverage, on a small enough position, it gives you equals no liquidation price. So you basically can cover that, and then you can go, I don't know, 75x with small enough of your portfolio that you have no liquidation price. As long as you don't re-enter or you don't add new money to it, to your whole thing there, well then that's you're gonna be safe, right? But again, try just to read about first, see how that plays out if you really want to try it out. But if not, until you're profitable and you can pay for that education with your profits out of your trading, well, that's how I would advise, friendly advice, sharing that. All right, so let's go and take a look at what else would happens. Well, naturally we go back, we fail. Look at that. If we would have, and remember, this is not new, guys. Let's go to the 4 hours. That is a what? A big AF trend line. You see that? It's not about your breakout. Oh, where's my pen? Where's my pencil? It's not about the breakout. It's about your retest. And guess what? Happy laughing all the way to the bank. All right. So let's cut it out today. Today is going to be a short recap. Tomorrow is going to be equally short, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes recap. But we're going to be looking at, tomorrow is going to be just trading setups, all right? So we want to just do this recap. Go try it out yourself. We still have 30 minutes left, all right? I want you guys to take this time, maybe do some research, try to put a fake position on TradingView, something like that, right? That's going to be your homework, just 30 minutes today. Try to draw some trend lines, look for an asset that you like, and tomorrow we're going to be revising what happened with those assets. Make sure to tag me on the Piper Academy with your entries today. All right, perfect. Today, right? Homework, all right? And then tomorrow we're going to be going one by one, and we're going to be experimenting and see how that played out, right? Do not miss this opportunity, right? Because this is just like a one-on-one on a live setup. So do your homework today. Send me over into the Piper Academy, into the members channel or to the public channel. Show me your setup there, all right? And then tag me at the OC guy. And then tomorrow we're gonna be revising them here live, all right? If not, that's fine. Don't worry. We are not here to, you know, like do some more homework that you need to. And I'm just gonna be handpicking a couple of assets in here, and we're gonna be doing what we can for the trading throughout the weekend. All right. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys being around. Jay Violet, I know it's very late for you. Always a pleasure to have you around. Of course, we have Alexander G, the Queen Mode. We also have Trade Intuition, Master of Charts. What's up? We have, what else? Who is in here? Oh, what is it? Wig Wife, what's up? Welcome. I didn't see you in time. So let me give you a huge shout out, the greatest shout out till now. And we also have Jesse, Harp, of course, Puff, what's up, bro? And I think, who else? It's in here. I think username, of course. I cannot let you go. Buddy, and hey, Kelepen, what's up? And I think that's it, right? If I'm missing anyone, please let me know. Right? Tell me how you're missing me out, bro. Do not do that. And I'll be more than gladly be shouting you out double tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.